How's it going, everyone? Today we'll be taking on the Apocalypse scenario on heroic difficulty using a Bishop pool deck that I'm really excited about. Haven't played the pool aspect too much on this channel yet. Actually, is this my first time doing it? I think it is. Yeah, it is my first time, so I'm excited about that. So you can skip to the deck if you want, or right to the gameplay, but I'll talk about the scenario a bit first, just to give some context for those who might not be familiar. So in this scenario, we actually start on Apocalypse Stage 3. He's got 4 different stages. In Expert mode, we start on Stage 3. And interacts in an interesting way with the main scheme. If we would ever defeat Apocalypse, we remove all the threat from the main scheme instead of advancing villain phases. We also will remove all attachments from Apocalypse at that point. If we advance through the main scheme, which has a threat threshold equal to Apocalypse's printed hit points in his current form, then we don't lose the game, but we just advance form of Apocalypse. And now if we make it to Stage 4, now if the main scheme is completed, we lose the game. So how do we actually win? There is this chain of side schemes, 3 side schemes in total. Heart of the Empire, which flips into Towering Citadel, which flips into the Tyrant's Throne. And they have acceleration icons, as you can see, but also whenever we defeat them, we get one of these Prelate minions. So these are all pretty nasty minions who come in tough and with 5 health for a solo game. And they vary in ability, but what matters is that they're not trivial to defeat, and they'll come out as soon as we clear one side of the one of these side schemes, and we'll get one at the start of the game as well from the main scheme being revealed. So we sort of need to go through this chain: defeat Heart of the Empire, defeat a Prelate, defeat the Towering Citadel, defeat a Prelate, defeat the Tyrant's Throne, defeat a Prelate. But after we defeat the Tyrant's Throne, we flip into this attachment that goes on Apocalypse, heals him for 5, and this takes away the text on the main scheme that prevents us from actually winning. Now when Apocalypse is defeated, we can win the game. So very interesting. We need to work on building up our board basically to try to advance through this quickly at the end of the game, because we cannot afford to spend too much time with these main schemes having 2 acceleration or 3 acceleration icons. And whenever we defeat one, the Prelate gets drawn. We don't want to have to leave that Prelate in play for too long. So nice to get pretty well set up before progressing through this. And especially, we can kill some time on Heart of the Empire with only 1 acceleration icon. Even if we have the opportunity to thwart it and defeat it, we might not want to, just because we're not ready for the Prelate minion yet, and we're not ready for the Towering Citadel with its 2 acceleration icons. If we look at the rest of Apocalypse's counter cards, we have 3 attachments, so remember these go away if we do defeat Apocalypse, but 1 that buffs the +1 scheme, and then after Apocalypse schemes, place 1 threat on each side scheme. 1 that gives Retaliate, 1 and Stalwart. I forgot to mention, but Apocalypse 3 comes steady, Apocalypse 4 is Stalwart on the other side, so the Stalwart here doesn't change too much. The Retaliate 1 is a little bit annoying, but Apocalypse has pretty low health actually, 10 health on Stage 3, 11 health on Stage 4, so we don't really have to take that Retaliate too many times if we want to go and defeat Apocalypse to remove it. Biomorphing is a +1 attack. Attacks gain Overkill. And I should mention at this point, Apocalypse Stage 4 has Overkill as well, which makes ally blocking difficult. He's steady and Stalwart, which makes stunning and confusing difficult. So we really want to bring a hero to this matchup who's able to just take these attacks to the identity. And that's why I've picked Bishop for this matchup, because he loves taking direct attacks, so he can draw his extra resource cards. We've got 2 copies of this attachment called the Fittest, which attaches to a minion in play of Fable, gives it +5 hit points and a tough, kind of like adding a Prelate's worth of stats to the minion. So in general, we try to keep the board clear of minions, but if one sticks around, it does become much tougher to kill there. And 3 copies of this Wolf Among Sheep makes a Prelate minion activate. Now, in general, we'll try not to have a Prelate minion in play going into the villain phase, But it says otherwise, Apocalypse activates against you. So that'll be the most common effect that happens when we draw this card. So that's a scary one to keep in mind of. When we're in Alter Ego, it's like 3 more copies of Advance. When we're in Hero, it's 3 more copies of Assault. So extra activations very much on the table for Apocalypse. Can make it tough to spend time in Alter Ego, especially when we're on Apocalypse Stage 4. Two side schemes, the Apocalypse solution. Only 3 threat, not too bad. When defeated, we'll discard the top cards of the encounter deck equal to Apocalypse's printed health, so again, either 10 or 11. So not that hard to deal with, but then it gets us to an acceleration icon on the main scheme pretty quickly. So, a little bit annoying there, not too bad. I'm playing the recommended modular sets for today. We've got the Infinites and the Dark Riders, which gives us lots of minions, which I always like a game with minions in them. The Infinite set comes with Gene Pool, this permanent side scheme, same as is used in the Unis scenario. But this says whenever an ally is defeated by anything other than consequential damage, place 3 threat here. So for example, an ally block, which again, against an overkill villain isn't necessarily that good, but this punishes an ally block. And when threat on here gets too high, some of these Infinite Soldier minions get worse. So with 3 threat on here, they gain Quick Strike, 6 they gain Surge, 9 they gave +3 hit points. So the key inflection point here is with 6 threat, gaining Surge, being just an extra encounter card. We'd love to avoid that as much as we can. The Quick Strike's not too bad. I mean, especially with Bishop, we might actually draw some more cards because of that. The 9 threat, 3 hit points is not nothing, but we could just thwart for 3 and that'll drop the Infinite Soldier's hit points as well. Generally, when playing with Gene Pool, you want to kind of pick, are we gonna try to keep it low, or are we just not gonna care about it at all? Because 9 is the cutoff, but there's no difference between having 10 or 20 or 30 threat. But I'm generally going to try to keep it below 6, below 3 if we can. But I think below 6 is going to be the key for me because of these 5 extra Surge cards. And then there's 2 copies of this Treachery, Culling the Weak, that adds just 4 threat on Gene Pool. It's not as bad as the Unis scenario, just because in that scenario there's more cards that care about how much threat is on the Gene Pool. But, avoid Surges when we can. Dark Riders, nothing too crazy going on here. It's a 5 minion set, and they all have teamwork with each other, so want to get those off the board as quick as possible to stop the teamwork from triggering. We're playing with the pool aspect today, so we have to play the Treachery of Crisis of Infinite Deadpools. This is a kind of a Shadow of the Past type card that puts the Dreadpool minion into play, as well as the Dreadful Deed side scheme. Dreadpool, really annoying, basically never goes away once he's dealt to us. Whenever we defeat him, he gets dealt to us as a face-down encounter card. All right, and we've got standard 1. So there's the Apocalypse scenario. Like I say, it's a tricky one because of the Steady Stalwart and Overkill. So really we want a hero that can take some of these attacks, or, if we can really keep it on stage 3, maybe we don't care about Gene Pool going up, we can do some ally blocks. But I really think just Bishop is perfect for this scenario because of that ability that really rewards him for getting attacked directly. So let's take a look at the deck and see how we've built around it even more specifically. Here's the Bishop Pool deck I'll be playing for this match. First thing we want to look at with Bishop is, what do the resources look like? I'm playing 14 resources today. I think one of the reasons that I wanted to go with Pool, first of all, just because I don't get to play with Pool that much, so I really wanted to try it. But Pool gets 3 insanely strong resource cards. These self-control, self-preservation, self-confidence. These are doubled if our identity has sustained less than 5 damage, and tripled if we've sustained no damage. So I always say, the first few turns of the game are the hardest and most important, and especially that turn 1, when we're at full health, easy 3 resource play. Thanks to the uniform, thanks to recovering, we've got downtime in there for extra recover. We'll have a good health total for the vast majority of the game, so we can really take advantage of these triple resource cards. They're just really strong. So kind of going back to the top, Bishop's Rifle, Bishop's Uniform, these are Bishop's most important cards. So Bishop has the hero ability after he takes any amount of damage from an attack, discard cards from the top of the deck, and add each resource card discarded this way to your hand. So for one thing, that's why I like so many resources. It just represents a lot more draw thanks to Bishop's ability. But then Bishop's Rifle deals 1 damage to an enemy for each resource card in hand. So this can very frequently do, 3 to 5 damage in the average case. In some towards the end of the deck with energy conversion, we can do, it's honestly not crazy to do 7 to 9 damage with Bishop's Rifle. And Bishop's Uniform, kind of similar, but it heals Bishop instead. So again, really good with those pool resources. We can take a 5 damage attack and then heal for 5, get all the way back up to full. With the help of Healing Factor as well, a pool card that I really like for Bishop here, healing us for 2 each turn. We're going to be keeping a high health total, which translates for Bishop to more cards, and for self-control and the self resources, more resources. All right, so again, like I said with this scenario, we're going to be taking a lot of attacks with Bishop, so we're not looking to ally block that much. So what are we actually doing with our allies? Well, I'm not playing as many as I do in some of my other videos. 7 is still kind of a lot, I guess. But in some of my other videos, I can go up to 10. I'm playing 2 tough allies. So we know we don't want to block with our allies that much because of the overkill and because of gene pool. But the way the game goes, it can definitely happen where we need to throw an ally in front of Bishop. And with the tough status, we don't suffer from the overkill or from the gene pool. As it turns out, these are good rate allies anyways if we just activate and not use the tough for a block, right? If Colossus can just attack 3 times, that's 9 damage for 5 ER. That's pretty efficient. Attacking for 3 kills the infinite soldiers pretty efficiently. War Machine, maybe a bit better on the thwarting side, but War Machine can just come in and thwart 4 times or some combination of attacking and thwarting and be totally fine if we don't use that tough. We've got White Fox. I like White Fox a lot with Bishop. We'll be discarding a bunch of cards from the top of the deck. Might swoop in for some free value. Maybe a flexible slot. We end up filling our ally slots pretty easily, so maybe it's not quite right there. You could definitely try Lockjaw here. I'm not a huge Lockjaw fan. It's very justifiable with Bishop because of our resource-heavy hands. We like to have a resource sink like Lockjaw. But it's always an inefficient play when we do play Lockjaw, especially if we're never planning to block with him. Machine Man, one of many cards in this deck that are resource sink cards. So right, one of the downsides of Bishop is that you can draw a lot of resources, but what are you actually going to use those resources on? Machine Man gives you a place to spend up to 3 resources per turn to buff his stats. It can be really powerful to kill minions and side schemes efficiently. Snowguard, another just good rate ally. Generally thinking I'll put 2 shift counters on her, which gives her the +3 thwart, allowing us to thwart pretty consistently. Right, Pool, without that many cards, there's only a single thwart event in all of Pool, and it costs 6. So, right, if we want to get some extra thwart, we've got to look to our allies. Snowguard is great for that. Snowguard pairs really well with Tic-Tac-Toe, who heals our allies, moves damage from allies to it. So whenever we spend a resource to move a damage from her to Tic-Tac-Toe, that's basically that 1 resource is worth another 3 thwart. Very, very efficient use of that. Malcolm and Randall, they're identity-specific cards, but very important to call out as resource sinks as well. Cards with printed, physical, and energy resources can heal them up and give them extra uses. Not the craziest of efficiency. We often have to use a double resource, the stored energy for that. But, it's better than nothing, which Bishop is happy to do in many cases. Supercharged, another one of those resource sinks. Stick-to-itiveness, a resource sink. Spend a physical resource to ready our hero. Tic-Tac-Toe, I mentioned, we can do this any number of times per turn, which is really nice, so we can heal, do a big burst. I really like as well, we store up the damage tokens on here, and whenever we make a 3 in a row, that's when we discard this card and deal that damage to an enemy. So especially with those prelate minions, we might have to spend our turn to thwart those side schemes that make them come out. With this in play, we can sort of wait for that. We still need to knock the tough off, but then we have a sort of on-demand burst of 5 damage to help kill some of those prelates. Healing factor I mentioned, really like just to keep Bishop a high health total. 3 copies of Mulligan, I like this one a lot. This is in general, Mulligan is sort of my favorite pool strategy. We play resource sinks that allow us to spend cards from hand without playing cards from hand, because Mulligan, the restriction is we can't play it if we've played another card. But we can still do stuff. We can discard to Supercharged, we can spend a physical to ready, we can spend it for Malcolm and Randall, we can do all this stuff and still Mulligan and draw up a full hand of cards. So kind of free value when we're able to do that. And just in general, we might be stuck with some really resource-heavy hands. Nice to just Mulligan those away and draw into some action. I'm playing Cut Upper, usually really strong for the ability to stun the villain, but in this case we have those 5 health prelate minions. Cut Upper kills those pretty efficiently. Again, in pool, we're pretty starved for just events. If we want some just on-the-spot effect, this is pretty much all we got, except for another 6-cost attack in Da Bomb. Downtime, early to mid-game, I expect to be recovering quite a bit. We want to always be able to take those attacks straight onto Bishop, so we want to keep a high health total. Weapon X really helps us draw into some action cards in Alter Ego, because we might have these resource-heavy hands. Granted, we do have some identity-specific resources that this might draw for us, but just a good value card with any mutant character. And I suppose I didn't talk about the rest of my resources, but I've got 2 copies of Power in all of us. Right, we've got our allies, our basic allies. All the pool allies are pretty bad, or they go in the bad icon strategy, the live dangerously strategy, but basic allies tend to be just very good, so we've got 2 power in all of us. And 3 digging deep, we don't really take advantage of the discarding from the top of the deck, because, Bishop does that, but he draws all the resources anyways. So Weapon X is the only card that could potentially add these to hand outside of Bishop's ability. But, once we do the power-ofs, the pool resources, the doublers, there's not that many other obvious resource cards to play, so might as well play it. It's a wild, which is nice for tic-tac-toe, so we're playing it. And then obviously the double resources, always just very strong ones to play. So tips for playing the deck, the rifle and the uniform are definitely high priorities. Not the end of the world if we discard them, because when Bishop turns to Alter Ego, we can return a temporal card to hand. And like I mentioned kind of in the scenario breakdown, we're going to kind of build slowly, get our upgrades in play, make sure that we can sort of rush through those last 2 side schemes and their prelate minions, because honestly, once we get past that and we don't have those acceleration icons in play, Apocalypse all alone is not that threatening. Be mindful of when you can use energy conversion towards the end of the deck. This is a card that's, we usually like to spend our entire hand, but if we keep an energy conversion in hand for that last turn, we can shuffle 10 resources back into our deck and then draw, 6 of them. We can have some really amazing turns when we get to the end of our deck if we've kept an energy conversion around. All right, that's what I've got for the deck, and let's see how this does against Apocalypse on heroic difficulty. So starting off here, we've got Apocalypse starting on stage 3. 2 scheme, 3 attack, comes in tough. Is steady in this stage. Wasn't really planning to stun or confuse anyways. Next stage will become Stalwart and Overkill, which is quite a combo, but that's why we've chosen Bishop, to be able to take these attacks directly and get a lot of value from that. We've also got the Heart of the Empire side scheme put into play. This has got 2 threat. When defeated, we draw a random prelate minion and advance to the next scheme. It's definitely going to be a scenario where, like others, we're going to just build up slowly, stay alive. And then at the end, hopefully finish the game very quickly, because the subsequent side schemes have 2 or 3 acceleration icons, and we can't really maintain that for very long. So, high likelihood of advancing through the main scheme if those are in play for multiple turns. So especially once we defeat the second side scheme in this chain, we want to be able to defeat the third on the same turn, so that we can go straight to final, just kill apocalypse mode. There's a prelate minion in between those, but hopefully we have enough. We'll build up to where we have enough to defeat the second side scheme, the prelate minion, and the third side scheme all at once will be the goal. So we'll see how this opening hand goes with such a... Oh, sorry, let's keep doing this here. So we reveal a random set-aside prelate minion. So here's our 5. Let's roll a die. 1. We'll give Mr. Sinister. So then in the opening hand, we're looking for... Oh, I think I already showed. In the opening hand, we're looking for a way to hopefully deal with this prelate minion. Bishop's Rifle, Bishop's Uniform, these are the most important cards just for Bishop in general. But we might start setting up more intently after this first turn once this prelate minion is out of the way. Okay, so we've got Cut Upper as a way to just take Mr. Sinister off the board right away. Self-preservation can triple its resources to pay for that, so that's a really nice start. Love having Bishop's Uniform here with a double resource to play it. Might as well ditch both of these. There's 4 more double resources in the deck. I was thinking about, do we just mulligan all the resources to make sure we have enough stuff to play? That's an interesting question. Because I'll be able to play the Uniform no matter what we draw. Do I want to increase my chances of drawing something else playable? It would have to be like a 1-cost card. Alternatively, I just mulligan 1, hope to draw a 2-cost card, because there are a fair number of those in the deck. I kind of like... Yeah, it's tricky. Well, let's do 2. You know what? I'm just going to do 1. I'm going to do 1. This is sort of playing for the high roll. Okay, interesting. So we could play Colossus instead of Bishop's Uniform. Doesn't seem like that's the right thing to do. It gives us the option. So we'll flip to hero form for sure. Can always get the Uniform next turn. It's a temporal card, so we can swing it back to our hand. There's no way to have a perfectly efficient turn here. I think I still just need to play the Uniform. So let's attack Mr. Sinister. We're going to get retaliated for 1. Oh, shoot, I didn't even think about that. The retaliate means that self-preservation does not give us triple resources. But actually, I don't think it'll matter. I can still just pay like that. I was only going to be able to play 2 of these cards anyways. So, okay, that's totally fine. So we'll still attack, get retaliated. So this only makes 2 now, but pay 3. I'm gonna end up keeping 1 card in hand. Do I want to keep a double resource or keep Colossus? The thing about keeping a resource in hand, it's 1 more heal with Bishop's Uniform. But I really just don't want to have a hand that's like all resources and nothing to play. So I'm going to overpay by 1 for Cut Upper, dealing 5 to Mr. Sinister. This has victory, so it goes into the victory display. We do not take retaliate for killing a minion with retaliate. Pay 2 for the uniform. And end the turn with Colossus in hand. So we'll be putting 2 on the main scheme throughout the game. Well, there's at least 1 acceleration icon there. Apocalypse is going to attack, and we'll just take it. So coming in for 3 plus attach this to Apocalypse. Gives him retaliate 1 and stalwart. So we'll take 3. Discard over 3. We hit 1 resource card. So this is always kind of a debate with myself, because we can use the uniform here and we'll heal 2. But there's a relatively good chance we get attacked again. In which case we could heal for even more. But I think in general I need to just use it. We've also got, because Gene Pool has at least 3, if we draw any of those infinite minions, they'll attack us, and so we could trigger off of that. Probably too risky. Let's just heal for 2. Might do that at some, and it'll be like a hindsight 2020 if we do get attacked again, but yeah, it's whatever. And then 2 encounter cards. All right, so right on cue, we get attacked for 2 with the quick strike. We do trigger a bishop again, obviously, so we'll mill over 2 and draw 1 in this case. So we could have healed an extra 1, is it worth it? Who knows? And the Crisis of Infinite Dead Pools. That is not a good one to see. So we'll reveal the Dread Pool minion and Dreadful Deeds side scheme. Shuffle the rest of this into the encounter deck. Remove this card from the game. So place 2 threat here for each player who controls 1 or more pool cards. So luckily we don't control any yet. It just comes in with 2. But this Dread Pool won't go away for the rest of the game. Right, whenever defeated, gets dealt as a face-down card. So that will slow us down considerably. So, yeah, I might as well play Colossus here. And I can play most of the stuff in my hand. And go 3 for Colossus. I can also bring back a temporal card for my discard, which I have to remember when I flip back. So I can get back stored energy. I might as well save that to pay for Colossus, because that is these other cards need to be played in hero form. But I guess I don't get Colossus is the only thing that can get paid for by Power in All of Us efficiently. If I do this for Command Authority, draw a card. Pay 1, 2, 3 for Concussive Blast. Then I'll have 3 to pay Colossus. That works out perfectly. Or I could not play one of those and get downtime instead. I could not play Command Authority and play downtime instead, basically. And I do like the idea of getting downtime in play. Doesn't help us immediately. I think I'd rather play this Command Authority. So I'm thinking about probably just hitting either the main scheme, or I might hit Gene Pool. I think I'm going to have to hit the main scheme though. So I'll pay 2 for Command Authority, thwart for 3 off the main scheme. Since we spent it with the resource card, we draw. So Concussive Blast is going to massively overkill whichever one I kill, but I think that's still okay. Thwart Dreadful Deeds for 2. So pay for 3, including with a resource card for Concussive Blast. I'll just hit the Infinite Soldier. And ready. Flip to Alter Ego, bring stored energy back to hand. Then pay 3 for Colossus, discounted by 1 because we are a mutant. Comes in tough. And do I like sacrificing the tough to stop Dreadpool from activating this turn? I think I do. We're at a good health total right now. So attack Dreadpool for 3. And recover for 4. Keep that health total high just so we can take as many hits and draw as many resources as possible. Okay, this is a pretty stinky hand, so we might end up mulliganing it. Two on the main scheme. Apocalypse schemes for 1, 2, 3, 4. Get our 2 encounter cards. So the Dreadpool, of course, attach to the minion with the highest printed hit points and give it tough. Otherwise, this gains surge. So +5 hit points, +1/+1. So that is a nasty Dreadpool minion. Not very inclined to kill it anytime soon because it'll always come back. The surges in Alter Ego. Okay. Yeah, sometimes these cards are worded in a way that's like, attach it to one without another copy attached, but that doesn't say it here. So we've got a nice 13 health Dreadpool minion that I can't imagine killing anytime soon. So yeah, looking at the hand, the only action we have is tic-tac-toe. So I do need to just mulligan this. Too early in the game, unfortunately, don't have any resource sinks out to play first. So we'll just pay 3 for the mulligan. Discard our hand to draw a new hand. And wow, and now no doublers to smooth things over in this hand. Yikes, this is horrible. The most efficient play would be like Snow Guard, which would keep only 1 card in hand. I could play, well, I guess the most efficient, I could play Command Authority and Bishop's Rifle. Rifle doesn't do anything immediately. I do like Healing Factor, but that's kind of the worst of both worlds, where it's just inefficient. Malcolm I can sink another resource into him. Oh no, I don't have, you need to discard a resource card, not just a resource. Yikes, so what's the play then? I think I like, it's either going to be Snow Guard or both of these. The rifle is so important, but Snow Guard is so much thwarting. I'm going to go for Snow Guard. I get to keep 1 card in hand, so I might as well just keep the rifle in hand and just play it first thing next turn. Pay 4 for Snow Guard. I'm going to go with 2 shift counters, so she has +3 thwart and aerial, but that won't matter. So let's thwart, I guess I'll thwart Gene Pool for 3. Take away Quick Strike on those infinite soldiers. Flip to hero form, thwart the main scheme for 2. Don't really want to use Colossus. I mean, Colossus attacks those infinite minions really efficiently, so I might just save him. I just think it's so pointless to start pushing damage onto Dreadpool. So end the turn there. I haven't been counting, but I'm not really optimistic that I have that many resources left in my deck to discard. Would have loved an energy conversion in hand there. There was still one in the deck, so we could have drawn it there. Would have been nice to see. But as it is, 2 threat on the main scheme. Apocalypse attacks. So how many cards do we have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So, right, we'll just take this attack for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we'll discard 6 cards. Okay, well, I guess we did have a lot of resources left. So we'll draw 4 cards to hand. Man, energy conversion. If I could play energy conversion right now, that would be so sick. So I might as well use Bishop's Uniform on the second attack because I'll have potentially another resource in hand. So then Dreadpool attack for 4. Go down to 2. Sadly, we can only mill over one card. Ah, White Fox, hello. So we're going to go through our deck and reshuffle. And yeah, obviously need to heal from Bishop's Uniform. You know, even if we get attacked again, which is likely, we won't survive the attack to heal from, so. I am actually full up on ally slots too. So yeah, I mean, don't like to block with allies generally in this scenario, but might have to. But that will free up an ally slot for our turn. All right, so with the uniform, we've got just the 4 that we drew off that ability, so we'll heal for 4. And then get 2 more encounter cards. Okay, so Apocalypse activates. We would die if we get hit with 3. If we get hit with a 3 boost icon card. But I think I want to just stick to what I said. So let's block with White Fox. So attack for 3. Ah, shoot, it's only 3. If I'd known it would only be 3, I would maybe not block there, but it's is what it is. All right, side scheme. When defeated, we'll discard the top 10 cards of the encounter deck. Okay, attach to the ally with the highest cost, and that's going to become a minion against us. So they both have printed cost of 4. I think Snow Guard is more valuable to us. So let's say goodbye to Colossus. If we did do Snow Guard, it only takes 2 damage to finish it off. Well, whichever we give, we're just going to use the rifle to kill, I think. I'll give you Colossus. Oh, and we put the 3 threat here for having an ally die to something other than consequential damage. So I still do have, oh no, I need to have sustained less than 5 damage to double the resources. So that'll just be a single resource for now. Assuming I recover this turn, I can make it 2. So I want to spend Randall as a resource. Or no, I can get this back as my temporal card. So I'm going to spend the 2 for the rifle. So with 3 resources in hand, we'll kill Colossus. So let's this is pretty efficient here. Let's pay 2 for Machine Man. So yeah, I want to use my use to recover. So we'll go to Alter Ego, get stored energy back. Let's have Snow Guard thwart for 3 on the scheme with the Crisis icon. And then when defeated, we discard the top 10 cards of the encounter deck. Shadow of the Past, notable. I like seeing the gang up gone because of our Dreadpool minion who will be with us for a while. So now I'll pay 1 for Weapon X. Don't really think I need to use, I don't think I get much value from using it here. There's not really a hero form card we can draw. It would just mean an extra resource to use Machine Man for this right now. Don't know if that's worth taking the damage from Weapon X. So let's spend 3 for Malcolm. Or not Malcolm, Randall. Okay, I guess it's kind of the same. If I keep a resource, if I keep stored energy and use it for Randall, that represents 2 extra thwart. If I keep a double resource for Machine Man, that's 2 extra thwart. That's kind of the same. So then I'll recover for 4. So now we've sustained less than 5 damage. Machine Man will thwart the main scheme for 1, but I'm going to spend 2 resources to buff its stat by 2. So this is a scheme for 3. And then Randall will thwart for 2 more on the main scheme. This can very easily pop any turn we're in Alter Ego. Our game plan doesn't really let us stay in hero form every single turn because we just need to recover. But this is the roughest part of Dreadpool being out. I always hate to see the energy conversion this early in the deck. 2 on the main scheme. Apocalypse schemes for 1/2. Okay, that's pretty good. Just 2. The boost ability there, he gets a tough status, but he's already got one. Dreadpool is going to put on 4 more. Oh gosh, so that puts us to 9 out of 10. So I guess if this starts from 0, I think there was still some threat there. It starts from 0, it should go up 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 plus a boost. So even if we clear this every turn that we're in Alter Ego, we need to get a boost of 1 or 0 to not have it advance. And then the next stage is 1 higher threshold, but Apocalypse has 1 more scheme. So okay, yeah, that's pretty lucky there. But I mean, we got super unlucky early, so 2 encounter cards. All right, so Apocalypse schemes for 1, 2, 3. So we're going to advance. So basically, when the main scheme is completed, we remove all threat from it and reveal stage 4. So this stage has 11 hit points, is stalwart, attacks have overkill, which isn't a huge, like I said, that's not a huge change from the game plan. And then a Dark Rider's minion. So let's do Weapon X now. Do an identity specific card. Okay, I kind of like War Machine. Or I'm more than kind of like. I like War Machine. I think I should probably recover again as my use. Yeah, recovering is just so important. Slightly inefficient, only healing for 3. Flip to hero form. So I've got 2 resources in hand. So I could deal 2 to Barrage. Yeah, because I don't. Yeah, I can't. I don't have the ability to draw anymore. So let's deal 2 to Barrage. We'll clear Snow Guard out of here. Well, let's just play Command Authority first. So spend a resource card for Command Authority on Gene Pool. We get to draw. So I pay these for War Machine. I can throw Supercharged in there. Is Energy Conversion good to keep in hand yet? We'd reshuffle 5 in. That's pretty good. I could also pay for War Machine like this. That would let me put 2 counters on Supercharged. There is still another Energy Conversion in the deck. Can also channel excess resources into Machine Man still. Which in fact I kind of need to do in order to have an efficient 2 damage for Barrage. Yeah, okay, here we go. So I'll pay this 4. No, slow down. Oh, I want to, Guess I wanted to clear Snow Guard, but she doesn't really have anything good to thwart. So maybe the Command Authority was a mistake. Should have just thwarted with Snow Guard. I guess I'll give up Machine Man's spot instead. So we're going to attack Barrage for 1, spending an additional 1 to deal 2 damage. I'm going to pay 4 for War Machine, giving up Machine Man's ally slot. Comes in tough. Don't want to use him this turn. Save him for an attack that might kill us. Get Supercharged into play, but I'm going to keep the Energy Conversion in hand and use it on an attack this turn. All right, so 2 on the main scheme. Apocalypse attacks. Is there a reason to use Energy Conversion on this attack versus the second attack? There won't be any extra resources in the discard to shuffle. I think it's just a matter of what saves the most damage, which is either 3 plus a boost or 4. I'll energy conversion this first, just Apocalypse's regular attack. So reshuffle each resource card into the discard, or into our deck. Which is 7 of our 14, so exactly half. Pretty good number. So this attack can only do us 3 damage. Okay, we saved 1 damage there, so it would have been the same either way. We'll mill over 3. Draw 2. Take 3. Dreadpool, I'm still just going to let Dreadpool hit me for 4. We'll mill 4. Two more resources. So now that's our last guaranteed attack, so we'll use the uniform with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 resource cards. Almost back up to full health. That's the magic of Bishop. And 2 encounter cards. Place 4 threat on Gene Pool. And a 3 health Dark Rider's minion. That was not a bad turn at all. Unfortunately with the hand, so we have all these resources, not a ton to do with them. We can dump a bunch into Supercharge for sure. But we're probably just looking at a mulligan. I can flip, when I flip to Alter Ego, I can get Malcolm back. That's something we can dump our resources into. I can dump resources into Randall. And yeah, I think I'll not, well, I could use Randall before mulliganing, because it doesn't count as playing a card from hand. So wait, how does this look? Yeah, if I spend stored energy on Randall, I can put 4 charges here. You can put as many charges, but it only gives you a benefit up to 4 charges. So this places 1 charge counter for each resource icon on that card. So this, even though this has double resources potential, it only adds 1 for the purpose of supercharged. So I could charge it up with 4 and then mulligan. The alternative is I cut-uppering on Dreadpool does actually feel pretty good. Cut-upper Dreadpool. When Bishop flips down, we get Malcolm. Pay for Malcolm. Get an extra use out of both allies. I think I like the first line a bit more. So, okay, 6 resources in hand. Just make sure I take care of Synapse here, but I would like Bishop's Rifle attack to go into either Dreadpool or Apocalypse. This could definitely be a turn where I just stay in hero form. Because I'm only 1 shy of my full health total. And there is another energy conversion still in the deck. Kind of a lot of cards in the deck though. Can't really count on getting that. But between Mulligan and the new hand size, actually, we'll probably see it. So okay, well, that's the plan. Thinking about attacking the tough off. Attacking the tough off Dreadpool. Yeah, I like that. Oh well, let's make sure I'm doing 3 damage to Synapse. No, it'll come, it'll come. Let's attack the tough off of Dreadpool. So 6 resources, Bishop's Rifle deals 6 to Dreadpool. 6 damage down, 7 to go. So spend self-preservation, or discard a resource card to ready Randall. If it had a printed energy icon, which it does, heal 1 damage from Randall. Make sure I still have 3 resources to pay for the mulligan. So then we've got 4. Right, activate the action on Supercharged. Do it for these 3 cards. Place 1 charge counter on for each resource icon, so we'll get 4. Which, like I said, it can go up to more, but that's the max benefit we can get from it. And then we'll pay for mulligan, since despite all this action, we have not played another card this phase. It's just been activating abilities. So we'll draw up to our hand size of 5. Oh, and this has got a ton of action for us. So yeah, I really like how this looks. We could just, I guess with Supercharged, I didn't even think about this, but we could just kill Dreadpool with the Supercharged attack. He's also very close to dying from Concussive Blast, plus another point somewhere, basic attack. I really want to get Healing Factor in though. If I could do Healing Factor and Command Authority. There's no way to play both 3-cost cards, but I can play Command Authority plus one of these 3 costs. So let's just play Command Authority for sure. No reason not to do that. Let's Command Authority the Gene Pool. Draw. So do I want to keep a resource in hand? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cards. I'm going to draw 5 of them. 5 out of 8 chance we see the energy conversion. In that case, I don't really want to hoard resources in hand. Oh, that's sick. We might be able to ranged shot kill. If we could ranged shot kill Apocalypse with 1 attack. I don't actually think we're going to take enough damage to get 11 resources in hand, though. Maybe just that plus keeping Concussive Blast in hand. Yeah, I need to keep the action card in hand because I'm going to have a lot of resources next turn if we get energy conversion. So I'll pay 3 for healing factor. Just keep this in hand. Bishop and Randall will attack Synapse. Let's take it off the board. And I want to tidy up the main scheme. It would be an inefficient use of Snow Guard. I guess I can just wait. So let's end the turn. Oh, do I still... I mean, is it worth just discarding this to have a higher chance of drawing energy conversion? Let's count how many resources are in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Really only 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Huh. So there's still 5 resource cards in here. I think I'm playing 14. It's 2 stored energy, genius, strength, power in all of us, 3 digging deep, 3 of the pool ones. Maybe 13, am I missing one? Energy, genius, strength, stored energy, power in all of us, the 3 pool ones, 3 digging deep, 13. So there's at least 4 in here. There's a lot of resource cards in there. I'm gonna keep Concussive Blast in hand because this could be a really, really resource heavy hand. I'm just gonna keep it in hand. All right, drawing 4 cards. Come on, energy conversion. Let's go. Are there 3 stored energy? Is that why I thought there was 14? Oh, there's 3 stored energy. Okay, so there are, 14 resource cards. Oh boy, so put 2 on the main scheme. Apocalypse attacks. This one we definitely... Well, did anything actually change? Which we're supposed to energy conversion? I don't think anything actually changed there. So we'll just energy conversion now. You're right, it just gives us a better chance to hit these resources when we mill on this first attack. Look at this just stack of resources. I'm really such a big fan of playing Bishop with inordinate amounts of resource cards that no normal deck would run. Although I am worried about, maybe I'm overreacting here because my hand might not actually be that good. I've only got command authority to play. So maybe this is not actually the right approach, but we'll see. Man, it's going to feel good though. So we'll see the boost. Attach this to Apocalypse. So the attack comes in for 4, but we only take the 3. So we'll mill 3. Milling. Well, there was no way to draw it anyways, but wish we could have had that Concussive Blast in hand for something to do. Dreadpool attacks us for 4, so we'll take the 4. And then mill 4. 4 for 4, very nice. Oops, didn't ready these. So now we'll use the uniform to heal for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, I guess, but that is going to be our max hit points anyways. And then get 2 encounter cards. Okay, gotta lose an ally again. I think I'm fine. Yeah, Randall is... Oh no, it has to be the one with the highest cost without Pool Eyes attached. So we'll give it Snow Guard now. War Machine's got too much meat on the bone still. And then our obligation. Discard this card, and each resource card from your hand is the second option, which would be amusing. Let's flip to Alter Ego and Exhaust to remove this from the game. That kind of works out perfectly. We'll still be in hero form going into next turn and be able to draw some cards. So actually don't even get to heal with Healing Factor. Oh, and after we change to this form, we get a temporal card back. I guess it doesn't matter that we were changed there involuntarily. So I think Malcolm was the only real option here. Yep. So I mean, the turn's gonna look pretty simple. This is just so funny. This might be the thumbnail of my video here. Not really, but who knows? Okay, question: do we have a identity-specific card left to use Weapon X? So there's 5 identity-specific cards. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Darn. So no identity-specific cards left to get with Weapon X. So it doesn't really do anything for us to activate it. Unless I wanted to reshuffle now for some reason. I decided not to run Lockjaw in here, but hands like this make Lockjaw look a bit more reasonable. But I mean, we're always full. I'm always full with my allies, though. So I don't know. We're at full health, so this is going to be a triple resource for Malcolm. Malcolm will finish Snow Guard. Discard a stored energy to heal 1 from Malcolm and ready. Discard another stored energy to heal 1 from Randall. We don't get the value of readying him, but if we wanted to exhaust him first, he would die. Oh, I'm an idiot. Sorry. I needed to use Bishop's Rifle. So, shoot. Yeah, I need to rewind this. So I discarded that to heal from Randall. Discarded this to heal from Malcolm. Malcolm attacked the poolized Snow Guard for 2, who had 2 damage already. And self-confidence paid for Malcolm. Sorry, I know that's a big rewind, but I'm trying to solve the puzzle of beating this on heroic difficulty, and I know some people may not like that, but it's as long as we gained no knowledge advantage, I don't have any personal qualms with it. Because we can actually just do an insane amount of damage here. So yeah, Bishop's Rifle is obviously going to do 9. So if I wanted to get our prelate, the tough statuses really mess with things. Maybe Kid Pool would be a good card in this deck for all the piercing. So with this 9, I could just take out Dreadpool, who's on 7 health left. If I wanted to take out Apocalypse, I'd probably Concussive Blast Dreadpool. Yeah, there's no crazy, well, it's not like that good to take out Apocalypse right now either. All right, I'm going to spend the rifle on Dreadpool. So that'll deal 9 damage out of the 13 health. So he'll get dealt to us, but gets shrunken, and won't attack this turn. And so now I can basically do what I was doing before. I can pay 3 for Malcolm, attack Snow Guard. Spend stored energy to heal and ready. Spend a stored energy to heal. Oh, all of this should have been done in hero form. So someone's gonna hit the tough off of Apocalypse. I guess it'll be Malcolm. So extra damage there from Retaliate. Yeah, I don't think I'll keep any of these resource cards in hand because we need to reset the deck. And there's 6 cards in deck, which I do not like. Because there will only be 1 left to use when Apocalypse attacks. So that might be a good attack to use up a War Machine block. How many of those are still resource cards? 1, 2, 3. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 5 of these are still resource cards. So I'm going to draw them whether I take them as damage or draw them end of turn. Because I'm only going to draw 5. The attack is only going to flip 1 card. So I should actually hold on to resources here. So maybe I should have reconsidered some of my plays, but it's not the end of the world. So this triples for Concussive Blast on Apocalypse. Oh, I never adjusted the health point total here. Should be 11. So he'll go to 5. Retaliate 1. We ready since we paid for it with a resource card. Well, I mean, even if we draw 5 resources, then I've got an 11 resource hand. Like, what are we actually doing with that hand? Yeah, I just wish I had more of my tic-tac-toes and stick-to-itivenesses out by now. Well, in any case, we will thwart 2 off the main scheme. Guess we can save Randall. We're gonna dump a resource into him next turn anyways. And I'm not really worried about scheming out right now. Should War Machine do anything? No, I don't think so. So, okay, so do I discard any of these end of turn? An interesting question. I think I don't. I'm gonna draw, let's say we take 5 or 6 damage. We'll draw 5, reset the deck. Say I discard all 5 and I draw 5. The first attack only draws us 1 card. Yeah, I think the benefit of discarding everything is one of these cards is not a resource card, so it would be something I could play. But if that's just the bottom card, then it's really pointless. This way, at least, I'm going to have a massive uniform use and a massive rifle use. So I'm going to end the turn there. Won't draw any cards into the hand. Two threat on the main scheme. So Apocalypse attacking for 4. I'll just take it for 4. Place 2 threat on Gene Pool. So taking 4. So these 3 come to hand. And do I just use the uniform now? I'm many of those minion things are left? We've seen 4 of the 5 infinite soldiers, so there is 1 left, but there's 6 cards. We've seen gang up already. We've only seen 1 assault. How many of these wolf among sheep have we seen? We've seen all 3 wolf among sheep. So there's 1 extra attack from assault, 1 extra attack from that infinite minion. We're gonna heal 2 anyways with healing factor. Yeah. So, okay, yeah, actually, yeah. So I'll just use it here and heal for 5. Two encounters. So Dreadpool. The scheme where we discard from the top. And there's that attack. So, right, so I'm going to draw both these cards. They're both going to be resources. Drawing those resources right now would give me 10 resources in hand. So that's easily enough to delete this stage of Apocalypse. In addition to 1 other use from somebody. But I've got plenty even if I don't draw those 2 cards though. I kind of feel like a War Machine block. Might need War Machine to thwart something though. If we reset the deck, we're past the point of getting another, or no, we would resolve that next encounter card right away. I am gonna War Machine block. Attack comes in for 4, 5. Hits the tough. Okay, I'm gonna take a little break, and we're close enough. We're low enough in the decks, so I won't be stacking anything. I'll do a little mix when I get back, but yep, just gonna take a break for myself. I mean, won't be a break for you, but I'm cutting the video here, just FYI. So I'm not actually going to shuffle here because I'm not going to do anything where the order will matter. These are going to get discarded, and then we'll draw both these at the same time. So usually I'll shuffle to avert any, accusations of stacking the deck. But so thought a bit about if it's worth advancing Heart of the Empire this turn, because we could use 2 Randall activations to thwart for 3 here. Bishop thwarts here. Malcolm hits off the tough. Rifle kills the prelate minion. But that's basically our whole turn then. And our main scheme is at 4. It's going to go up 1, 2, 3 from an acceleration. Plus the regular 1. So it's going to go up to 8. So a a single scheme is guaranteed to beat us there. So if instead of thwarting this for 2, I thwart the main scheme for 2. Or I just use Bishop's Rifle to remove 4 threat from here. I might just, yeah, I guess that uses, oh yeah, that's got to just be better. So start with Randall thwarting for 2, the Apocalypse solution. Spend a stored energy to heal 1 from Randall and ready. I guess, okay, let's heal Malcolm with the printed physical icon. Malcolm's going to thwart for 1. So when defeated, we'll discard the top 11 cards of the encounter deck. So these 3. And when discarding like that, you just do as many as you can. We won't continue once the deck is shuffled. And I was thinking about going to Alter Ego because, well, for the Weapon X, to maybe kill off one of these guys with the Consequential and then replay it because we can draw a temporal card back. But I think it's just too risky at this point in the game that we get advanced out of the game. And then in this form, we can always use the uniform. A bigger question is if we can afford to, do we need to go to Alter Ego at some point in the game? Like, do we just need to take that risk a couple times? Okay, so I still have the option here, but I think, yeah, it all works out the same. If Randall thwarts, Bishop hits tough, Rifle hits, kills the Prelate, but then we're out of things to do. So, oh, and then I screwed up again by, spending all my resources before just doing the Rifle. So I won't backtrack at all, but I've spent 2 from hand. Spent 2 from hand to do that, so let's just say, but before all that happened, I used the Rifle for 8. I mean, now that I think about that, I still need to use Bishop and Randall to finish Apocalypse off. It would be nice to maybe thwart the Gene Pool for 2. Maybe we just kill Dreadpool here. Well, okay. So I guess I won't backtrack here. I'll hit Apocalypse. Oh, Apocalypse is at 5 health? I totally forgot about that. All right, well, never mind that then. We'll just hit Apocalypse for 6. Huh, totally slipped. I took my break, totally forgot that he's down to 5 health. So this Rifle is going to attack for 6. It's ranged anyways, so he doesn't actually get defeated because we resolve the main scheme. Forced Interrupt here when Apocalypse would be defeated. We discard the attachments and heal all damage instead, and then remove threat from here equal to his printed hit points. So he heals back up to 11. Oh, did I do that damage on stage 4? Should he have healed up when he flipped from stage 3 to stage 4? I need to watch the tape and see if that's right. Okay, so I did do the damage on stage 4. I think I might have forgotten to I forgot to put him up to 11 health, which I think you're supposed to do. But in any case, we had 6 resources in hand. He was at 5, so if he was supposed to be at 6 health, I'd still be advancing him. So here doing the shuffle because I had a video cut there. So everything is still good as it is. And then I'm going to be discarding all of those end of turn. I can deal 3 damage to Dreadpool to kill him. Or I can just thwart for 2 on Gene Pool. Well, I either take 2 damage from Dreadpool or I risk taking 2 damage from Gene Pool. So I might as well just save the guaranteed 2 damage. But I mean, this can go turn over turn. I'll thwart this for 2. Especially if it gets higher, we'll need to keep it managed. I think I'll probably just save Randall. So end of turn, I think I'm going to discard everything. I want to draw cards because I want to draw action. I mean, just keeping a resource heavy hand every turn is not sustainable. Because we just don't have enough of our resource sinks in play to make use of that. So I'm going to just discard the whole hand. So we'll ready up. Still got 2 resources there. Get an encounter card. There's 10 cards out here. So we're shuffling a 30 card deck, which has 12 resources in it. Yeah. Thinking maybe Weapon X is not the right card for this deck. Because at this point in the game, right, it's just pretty much impossible to go into alter ego form. All right, that's stuff to do. So now we go 3 on the main scheme. Apocalypse attacks, we'll take it. So coming in for 3, 4. So looking at 4 cards. Okay, got 1. That's about less than half the cards are resources, so 1 or 2 is kind of expected there. I'm not going to use the uniform yet because I'm about to get attacked by Dreadpool for 2. So here's milling 2. Okay, so we get the digging deep for sure. Do we swing White Fox in somewhere? Don't really think White Fox is any better than what we've got out. You know what, maybe by a little bit. Swap her out for Malcolm. And now, because I'm not guaranteed to get attacked again, let's use the uniform. Heal for 5. And get 2 more encounter cards. Okay, it's the Dreadpool side scheme again. It's plays 2 threat here for each player with a pink card, and so now we do have the healing factor. So that'll get 4 threat. Dark Rider's minion, and attached to the minion with the highest printed hit point, so that is Gauntlet. And gets a tough. So that's a 10 health Gauntlet, which is quite a lot. We can kill it with Supercharged, attacking with Bishop. Let's get Tic-Tac-Toe out. So, I mean, I want to take that off the board for sure. Plus, attacking us and making us discard upgrades is not good. Oh, at the start of the turn, healing factor can heal us for 2. So White Fox can hit the tough off. So if I just attack for 10 with Supercharged, I would use the rifle on someone else. But it's just by far the best target for the rifle, so let's use the rifle, hit for 5. Randall and War Machine will thwart for 4 on Dreadful Deeds. Keeping that clean. I think I'll just give up White Fox here. So pay 2 for Machine Man. Give up White Fox. So self-preservation currently makes 3 resources. So spend 3 resources here. We'll attack Gauntlet for 4. You know what, actually, sorry, just looking at Randall here, Randall needs the energy resources. So I'll spend 3 like this for Machine Man. Then I'll spend this as an energy to heal and ready Randall. So Randall can finish off Gauntlet. Okay. For some reason, okay. Tic-Tac-Toe we can use Tic-Tac-Toe multiple times per turn. I didn't quite, could have maybe done that differently. So I'm going to spend a resource of any type. Let's make this I don't know what the objectively correct answer is. Let's just say an energy resource. So I'll move, never gave him consequential. So let's move a damage from Randall onto an energy. And when we get 3 damage tokens in a line, we discard this card and deal all that damage to an enemy. So the most we can get on here is 7, with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then the 7th one will be guaranteed to finish it. And now Bishop, let's just thwart the main scheme. Stay in hero form again, which I think we're just going to be doing that the rest of the game now. So 3 on the main scheme. Take this attack for 3, 4. Oh, that is a massive haul there. Dreadpool attacks for 2. Balanced out by getting nothing there. Activate the uniform to heal for 5. Infinite Soldier, we're under 3, so nothing extra happens. And Hard Drive, another minion. So definitely playing stuff from hand here, not going to use Mulligan. So we've got some good action in the hand. We'll use Healing Factor to heal. Five resource cards in hand. I think this could be a Prelate turn. This can definitely be a Prelate turn. Thwart Heart of the Empire for 2. So we'll reveal a random set aside Prelate. We'll roll for it, 1 through 4. 2. Attacks with piercing. If the attack defeats a character, heal 5 damage. You will not live to do that, unfortunately. And then we'll flip to the Towering Citadel. So best way to get this tough off, maybe from, I guess, just Randall. So let's just use Randall, attack off the tough. We use the rifle with 5 resources to kill Sugar Man. So now that we've used the rifle, let's play Command Authority. Paying 2 with Genius. How crazy is it to... Probably pretty crazy. How crazy is it to thwart the Towering Citadel right here? I think it's pretty crazy. Pay 2 to Command Authority the main scheme. Used a resource, so we'll draw. So this Concussive Blast is kind of overkill, but probably just send it as at a minion instead of Apocalypse. Not really a reason to... I guess I could just stack some damage on Apocalypse for a future turn. Now when we go through this, we heal him though. Machine Man can deal 4 to hard drive all by himself. So the Ready and War Machine can kill off Infinite Soldier. Maybe I should have hit the Towering Citadel. Well, I guess it lets us, you can thwart a little bit. Okay, let's pay, oh, and I can still activate Randall's ability with stored energy. Maybe I should have thwarted the Towering Citadel. I've drawn my card though, so this is a case where I definitely would not backtrack on that now. I think it's still right to, I'll still use stored energy to do Randall's thing. Pay 3, tripled because we're at full health. Concussive Blast, hard drive. Used a resource card, so we're ready. So the rest of stuff in hand will be used either for Tic-Tac-Toe or for Machine Man. So let's have Machine Man attack, spend the pool resource to give it +3, kill off the Infinite Soldier. Oh, I guess I can't attack, well, this has guard, if I had wanted to attack Apocalypse anyways. Okay, then can use Tic-Tac-Toe 3 times. There is still 1 energy conversion in the deck. Good chance to draw it here. Yeah, I'm gonna pay 1 resource. Let's move this damage to the mental. Pay this resource. Move the damage to the mental. Pay a wild. Let's do it as a physical. We'll move this damage to the physical. Then I guess let us thwart for 2 here just to start, get it closer for next turn. Could just clean up a bit here, could kill Dreadpool. I'm gonna read this again, because this, when we flip this, we're gonna heal 5 damage from Apocalypse. So I mean, we're not healing all the damage from Apocalypse, so maybe I should just put some damage into him. As we've shown, this 2 damage from Dreadpool, I don't really care about it that much. Let's thwart, and then War Machine will do 2 damage. The 2 damage might not end up mattering, but we've got kind of infinite health, so. And the turn. Downtime looks pretty bad in this deck as well. Okay, Snowguard gives us some thwarting for, so we didn't draw energy conversion, which is kind of a bummer. But now we'll put 4 on the main scheme. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4. Apocalypse attacks, we'll take it for 3 plus 2 is 5. So it's going to hit everything we had left. So we'll get 2 cards there. Dealt an encounter card. Especially with Snowguard, I think we'll be able to feel pretty good about clearing the Citadel, the Prelate, and the last side scheme in the chain. At that point, we don't have to worry about as much acceleration on the main scheme. We might, I keep forgetting about this supercharged as well. We're always might be closer to just lethal damage than I think. Especially on tic-tac-toe as well. Like every resource in our hand can turn into a damage one way or another. Dreadpool comes in for 2. Mill 2. Nice. I'll use the uniform now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 healing. And see what these encounters do to us. Attached to Dreadpool. When attached character attacks a non-villain character, treat the attacked character's text box as if it were blank until the end of the attack. But I can spend 1 of each resource type to attach this to my identity. Oh. I've literally never read this card before. I don't play with the pool enough and I've not seen it shuffled in. So this could actually give me +1 attack for the rest of the game. Yeah. Okay. I mean, might not matter too much here. It does turn off Bishop's ability though when Dreadpool attacks us. Okay, Infinite Soldier does have Guard, which could slow us down, but doesn't do anything else. And a Scheme. So for 1, 2, 3, plus give the Prelate a tough, otherwise give Apocalypse a tough. But only a Scheme for 3. So I mean, just a good chance to do a lot of damage. So I guess, yeah, if we defeat the second one again, we get another Prelate minion right away, too. Okay, this is going to be a crazy turn. So 5 resources in hand. So that's perfect for killing a Prelate. Okay, let's thwart the Towering Citadel. So we'll reveal a random set-aside Prelate. Let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 3. This is Shadow King. reveal the Tyrant's Throne and remove this from the game. So am I going to actually put resources into Machine Man this turn? Yeah, I guess I will. So let's use Bishop. Let's knock off the Tough. Use the Rifle to deal 5 to the Shadow King. Okay, I feel good about clearing this plus the Prelate. Do I have enough? Oh, sorry, healing factor for 2. I have enough to clear this plus the Prelate. This will only have 2 threat added. We already saw 1 advance. So like this isn't a crazy scenario to not play around advance. We can definitely, we can get an extra use out of Randall, so let's pay an energy resource to ready and heal Randall. So we can thwart, attack, still have Snow Guard hit 3 off of the main scheme, which that alone doesn't save us from advance. That would put it to 4. It's going to go up to 6. Wait, okay, that would put it to 4. It's going to go up to 6. An advance would put it to 9 plus a boost. I mean, we certainly have a better chance of surviving that than if it stays here at 7. Alternatively, so Machine Man could activate for 4. So yeah, that's kind of, well, okay, yeah. Why would Machine Man knock off the Tough? Yeah, here we go. So Machine Man on the Tyrant's Throne, spending up to 3 resources. So power in all of us does get doubled when paying for an effect like Machine Man's here, because it's on a basic gray card. Although I guess I was going to use that for Snow Guard anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Let's earmark those for Snow Guard, but we'll still pay 3 resources. 1, 2, 3. So this is a thwart for 4. We'll reveal another random Prelate. We'll do Abyss for even, Rasputin for odd. Even. And so we flip this card, reveal no longer worthy. So we heal the 5 damage from him, so up to 11. Ignore the forced interrupt on the main scheme. Right, because if we would win, if we kill him, we just win now. So Randall will attack off the Tough. Hold the phone. Do I need to kill the prelate to kill Apocalypse? Oh yeah, he cannot take damage while prelate. Okay, yeah, he cannot take damage while a prelate minion is in play. Because actually, we might have had enough damage there if I didn't need to, but we do need to. Oh, we need to kill the guard minion too, anyways. Yeah, let's still just burn tic-tac-toe here, I think. So I'm going to pay stored energy. If I pay stored energy here, I can pay this. I can still play supercharged. Does it actually give me... Puts me from 10 up to 11, I guess, which does a one-shot. Yeah, yes, okay. Pay stored energy. So we'll move 1 damage from here to the physical resource right here. So that gives me a tic-tac-toe. We'll discard this and deal 5 damage to Abyss. Takes it off the board. Now I could even argue so okay, yeah, we'll play the supercharged, pay 4 for Snow Guard. So if she comes in with 3 attack, we could clear off this Infinite Soldier. If we come in with 3 thwart, we can save ourselves from an advance. So is it more scary to get advanced? Well, because as it is, we can still thwart for 2 down to 6. No, down to 5. It'll go up to 7. A scheme would need a boost card of at least 1 to win. I can still block. Okay, I can still block these guys with the allies. Yeah, okay, we'll go thwart still. I think this is, man, is it really, like, there's 20 cards in here, there's 1 advance. How much do I really... Well, because of the supercharged, I should basically win no matter what if we just survive. Okay, we're gonna go 2 for thwarting. And then thwart for 5 on the main scheme, from 7 down to 2. And end the turn there. An exciting finish. Okay, we can mulligan if we really need extra damage from hand. So 2 on the main scheme. Apocalypse attacks. This one has overkill anyway, so let's just take it for 3, 4. Oh, Gang Up Gone is really good. 4 damage, mill 4 cards. Ooh, don't like seeing both Concussive Blasts gone. We hit 1. So now, if Dreadpool attacks us, we don't actually get Bishop's ability. Oh, this was oh, okay. When I play Snow Guard, I need to get rid of one of these allies. Let's get rid of... this is... Because I see my hand, this there's no way to make, or I'll just have to make the most honest decision I would have. Because like Machine Man has the most possible, I can just turn cards from hand into highest whatever. I don't think I would have gotten rid of Machine Man. I think I would have got rid of Randall. Hope that's not too disqualifying of a oversight. Or whichever one I keep, maybe I might just be blocking for Dreadpool anyways. Right, because when it attacks a non-villain, which is us, treat the text box as blank to the end of the attack. So, right, I think fairly certain we would not get to resolve Bishop's ability there. So with damage from hand, basically I just need one source to get the tough off, and Bishop's attack will do it. And I need to kill the guard minion. And I've got the rifle. The rifle can at least do the tough. So I'm definitely going to block this attack. Let's block it with, honestly, Snow Guard. Snow Guard can do the least possible damage to anybody. Yeah, that's kind of weird, but there's no way I'll need to thwart this turn. So I'll actually have Snow Guard block this attack from Dreadpool. Infinite Soldier I will let hit me. Trigger Bishop's ability. Miss. But now I want to use the uniform. We'll heal for 2. So we'll survive if we get attacked by Apocalypse again. And then 2 encounter cards for the game. Okay, this comes in with 3 threat. We're going to discard until we hit a Dark Rider's minion. And they gain toughness, but as long as they don't have guard, don't care too much. And okay, so this has teamwork. So I'm 99% sure. So teamwork, the new one that enters activates. So it's going to attack for 1, and we become confused. So okay, we have the win. I've got the book right here. If there's at least one other minion that shares the specified trait, the minion that just entered play will activate against the player it is engaged with. Okay, I wanted to check it because if we got stunned here by this guy, that would actually be a lot more annoying. But as it is, we're just gonna get attacked for 1. I guess we can see 1 card. Hey, look at that. And then no guard and oh no, we still have the Infinite Soldier. Okay, Machine Man will attack, spend 2 resources to deal with the guard minion. There's no prelate in play. Nope, so we are good to go. More Machine will knock off the tough. Rifle hits for 2, and Bishop hits for 10. Okay. Sweet game. This was kind of my first draft of the deck, and I just like, let's just go for it. I think in hindsight, I would definitely definitely orient the deck more to just staying in hero form. So I don't think I should be playing Weapon X, and I don't think I should be playing Downtime. There's definitely a phase of the game where flipping to Alter Ego is a big advantage, because recovering is good. You draw a temporal card, you can draw these guys back, draw your double resource back is really strong. But right, these last several turns of the game, you just got to stay in hero form. And I didn't even get out as many of the upgrades I wanted. Stick-to-itiveness. Actually, maybe that's the only one. I guess stick-to-itiveness is the last one. But tic-tac-toe looked really good there. This matchup is just so good for Bishop. It really rewards that burst, some onboard big burst attacks of at least 5 damage, because we killed those 2 prelates in one turn. Right, we're able to kill Apocalypse, really, really quickly, as we're in a precarious point in the game. So really cool match. Yeah, I really like this deck. I really like just the high resource card density, but I would switch these 2 cards. So thanks for watching. We'll take on Dark Beast next time.